Human trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery that occurs on an international, national, and local scale. Whether in the smallest town, rural areas, medium-sized cities, villages, or big cities, there is nowhere in Michigan that has not been touched by this issue. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the director of the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force, Jane White. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for asking us.
I'm surprised to even realize that Michigan would need a human trafficking task force, because when I think of human trafficking, I think of something that happens far away in a foreign land, but it sounds like that's not the case.
First of all, you're so right. Most people believe that so, but we live in a global society. And so what happens internationally also has impact locally. We were probably blinded in some way by believing it was not going to happen within our borders. We're a border state. We're an international state. We have an international population. We have a large agricultural base. So all of those are factors that are welcoming the issues of trafficking.
What exactly, for folks that sort of kind of know what human trafficking is but not really, what is actually happening out there?
The thing that's really important to understand, it's number one, control. Someone has totally taken control over one's life with threats if they do not obey, if they don't stay, if they don't perform. And the second one, there must be money exchanged. Only the money never goes to the person who is trafficked. The control and the money, and again, it is the third largest criminal enterprise in the world.
We're talking mostly about children being the victims, or all ages?
All ages, children, men, and women. We have both labor and sexual exploitation. And because we have such a difficulty in tracking, because we have no systems to adequately do this, because while it's an old crime, it is also a new crime in terms of what it means to us. So our information is not as it should be. It's going to be when our systems get into place.
So it sounds like we really don't have a lot of data to know if it's a growing problem or how big of a problem it really is.
No question about it. However, 6 years ago when I went to the internet and I put in human trafficking, maybe I got half a dozen hits. If I go in today and just put in human trafficking, I will get more than 1 million hits. So we know that, number one, knowledge is different, and number two, that it is being brought to bear in terms of what it is, and we're prosecuting cases.
How is this affecting me, you, my neighbor? Why should all of us here in Michigan be concerned about this?
First of all, what kind of community do I want to live in? What is it that's occurring within my community that I might have some control over? Whether it is nail parlors, massage parlors that are really fronts for prostitution, whether it is brothels, whether it is agricultural stations that use people from other countries and don't pay them. All of those have an impact on the way that my community and I respond. Our schools, our kids, everything.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Important issue. Let's make sure folks know how to get more information if they would like to. Thank you again.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can head to humantrafficking.msu.edu, or if you suspect trafficking, you can call the National Trafficking Hotline, which is 888-3737-888. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Jane White, the director of the Michigan Human Trafficking Task Force.